Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nuraisyah binti Zarudin. Today, I want to present about my second assessment, which is written report 1, individual presentation. So for the first slide, we have a table of content. So we take a look of the journal article. So this is the article that I choose for my written report 1, assessment 1. So the title of the of the article is the role of communication in enhancing work effectiveness of an organization. So the summary of the article is the article discuss about the importance of communication in organization and how it can contribute to work effectiveness. So the article explore the factors such as management practice, motivation, emotional intelligence, and organizational culture that suggesting effective communication that helps to improve employee performance, teamwork, and overall organizational success. Right, so for the context, I separated it to 3 points. So the first is title of content mismatch. It discusses about motivation, emotional intelligence, and organizational culture, but it does not clearly relate them to communication, causing the focus to drift. Next is inappropriate academic tone for academic writing. Some statements are too philosophical or emotional, making the discussion less formal and inconsistent with academic standard. So lastly is poor organization and flow. The article lacks a clear flow between sections. Ideas are introduced without proper transitions, making the discussion feel disconnected and poorly organized. Right, next is the content of the article. Also, I separated it to 3 points. So first is weak topic sentence. The article topic or title is about the role of communication in enhancing work effectiveness of an organization. Match its title, but it does not clearly focus on the main topic. It often discusses management, motivation, and organizational culture without clearly relating them to work effectiveness. Second is language and grammar issues. The article also has many grammar and language errors, making it difficult to read and less professional. Some sentences are unclear and making it feel a bit of awkward. So lastly is poor content organization. The ideas are not well organized. Topic like motivation and emotional intelligence are introduced without clearly explaining their connection to communication or work performance. The article also repeats single points and includes unsupported claims without clear evidence. So for the next slide is language analysis. Okay, so we have 6 types of errors, which are sentence structure, word choice, article error, punctuation, subject, verb, object, SVO, and pronunciation. So let's take a look for sentence structure. In the sentence structure, the error is the formation of teams. So the correct one is for team formation. Okay, for the justification, the formation of teams is a noun phrase. So the correction for team formation changes the structure to a prepositional phrase showing. Alright, next is word choice. For the error is strong business elements for success. The correct one is key business elements for success. For the justification, the adjective strong is not the most appropriate collocation with business elements. So the word strong usually describes strength, power, or intensity. Moving on is article error. For the error is essential in business. So for the correction, the correction of the article error is essential in business. The justification is a business refers to one specific countable entity which may not match the intended general meaning. In this context, the idea is about business in general, not a particular company. Alright, next is punctuation. The error is any type of organization, comma, which. So the correct one is Remove the comma between organization and which. So for the justification, the praise any type of organization, comma, which contains a punctuation error involving the use of a comma before which. So before which, we don't have to put any comma or full stop. Alright, so next is SVO. The error is an activity and the correct one is the activities. Okay, so why we put ES? Because an activity is singular and its activities is plural, which show clearly linking the actions to the subject. Lastly, pronunciation. The error is with the way in which his work is appreciated. Turn to with the way in which their work is appreciated. The justification is the use gender neutral pronoun like their, them, or general statements. So it's come to the end. For the overall analysis from the context, content, and the language analysis, the article is lacks of clear focus as it frequently shifts to related topics such as motivation, management, and emotional intelligence without clearly linking them to the main theme. The language used contains several grammar and structural issues with unclear and awkward sentence and an inconsistent academic tone that sometimes becomes informal, emotional, and overly philosophical. In terms of context and content, the ideas are loosely connected, repetitive, and not well supported with evidence, resulting in weak coherence and limited depth in explaining how communication directly influences organizational effectiveness. So I think that is all from me. Thank you.